Alrighty, my dash is all complete. It's all done. I've had it together for a couple weeks now, and the heat sucks. The heat does not work that good. It only works when the RPMs are at like 2,000 or 3,000 RPMs for at least 20 seconds. So like from stop and go traffic lights, it doesn't work that good. I'm thinking because it doesn't flow that well. The back works good, super good. And I connected the lines, instead of two going into the heater core, I connected them together and it just kind of looped. And then heater core lines get super hot quick. So I know it's flowing through there, and it's the heater core because the original Volkswagen one worked good. So my thought is to get this pump, this little Bosch. It's for the newer cars. There's a water pump. I know in the VR6s it turns on after you turn the car off, and it cycles the coolant through so it doesn't get hot on the cylinder head. And maybe the 4 cylinders too, I don't know. But this is for the newer Volkswagens and other various cars too. But anyways, this is a Bosch and it's made in Germany, so I'm thinking it's decent quality. It's super quiet and it pumps pretty good. I just turned it on with some water in it and it pumps. So my thought is to help out this water pump that's in the very back, like way back here, pumping all the way up to the front, and throwing this little inline pump. And another good thing is if I don't turn this on, whoa, there's still some water in there. It still flows like super easy. So the coolant will still pass through here a little bit, because every once in a while I turn the heater on just my feet and it just kind of like hits on my feet and warms them up, like on highway drives and stuff. It'll still work because it's still going to flow through this, but I'm going to have to like turn it on when I want heat. And it'll also help the back because the line tees off. It comes out of the engine and tees off basically like this. It goes in, tees off to the back heater core, goes to the return, and it does the same thing on both sides. So if this is in the front, it'll be sucking the coolant, and it'll also suck it through the back and it'll push it. It'll flow way better with both heater cores. So I'm going to install this, I think, and it's quiet enough. This is quiet enough to where I think I'm going to install it inside. It'll keep it like out of the elements for one, and for two, it'll be like right there. And plus, if I have the heat on, the blower motor's going already, so there's already going to be noise, and the fan and the wind, and it's already going to be noise, and this thing's super quiet. So I don't think noise will be a problem. That's the only thing I was worried about. But there's an arrow on this for flow right here, and I just need to find out which way this coolant's going. And I switched my heater core lines around because I thought maybe it was flowing the wrong way, but it literally did not do anything. So now I'm all mixed up with my lines. I don't know which is which. So I think the best thing for me to do is take off one of these lines. Let this focus. Take off one of them lines, run it up here to the heater core, and that bucket right there. Hose. Oh crap. Get a hose, go into the heater core, into the bucket, the heater core, and see which way it's coming out. And then that will tell me which way this thing needs to go. I'll just feel a lot more comfortable physically seeing the coolant being pumped a certain way, because if this is hooked up backwards, it's going to mess with all kinds of stuff. And it's not going to flow right, and it's going to be back. Yeah, no. So this, I just need to see which way this coolant's going, which is going to be a freaking mess. Hopefully not, but you know how that stuff goes. I think this will help a bunch. I need one of these connectors for Volkswagen with a flat side on it, 2-pin connector. I need to order one of them, but for now I'll probably just use these little terminals. I was able to pull this line off and literally nothing came out. So I'm guessing. And see, that's another thing, like I have coolant. So I don't know if this is not bleeding, like the heater core, but if it's not bleeding the heater core, this pump sure will force it to bleed because it'll be stuffing a bunch of coolant in there. So regardless, this is going on. I'm gonna put this up there, and then I'll have 2 of these hoses to dump in the bucket, see which way it's flowing. I'm definitely gonna record this part so I can go back and rewatch the video to make sure which side's flowing where, if I forget or get confused. So I'm gonna get them aimed down there, start this beast, and see which way these are flowing. Oh man, here we go. All right, so I'm in neutral. Got both of these aiming down. Hopefully it's not a freaking mess. Why is this not flowing? Alright, so it's definitely coming out of that side, but that's still not doing nothing. So as you guys could see, this thing does not flow whatsoever, like barely any. I think I'm gonna install this pump and just tuck it up in there, and hopefully that will straighten this out. Alrighty, got me a couple of these 5/8 to 3/4 little hose adapter things, and I'll be able to actually like connect this now. So I'm gonna, and hose clamps, so we're good. So this is it, and it's a contraption. Basically them two are where the where it's gonna interrupt the flow, because usually it would go right in the heater core, but instead it's coming in here, going through, and then going into the. It's not that bad, but the hose clamps make it look like it's like a disaster. Couple adapters and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna hook this up and see how it flows. A little bit of air. Man, that's it. That thing's sweet. Flows super good. If I can get this connector off. There we go. Alright, so it's definitely coming out that. So we are good. This is right. 100%. Alright, so I just started driving, and I'm gonna wait until my vent is warm. Oh crap. And as soon as my vent's warm, then I know that the coolant has passed through the heater core, and it should have bled out the line where the pump is, because I don't want the pump to just sit there and run dry. So I'm driving till it's warm, and then I'm gonna turn the pump on and see if it helps. So I'm gonna keep on driving, and it should be getting warm here in a second. So yeah, dude, this heat is so freaking hot. It's crazy. I tried to let the line bleed out before I turned it on. The only test now would be, and there's no leaks in any of them gazillion connections that I had, so that's good. The only test now would be to start it up cold, like tomorrow morning, kick that pump on and see if it gets hot quick. So still gonna do that, which it should, because it's bringing it straight back from the engine. I think this works. I'm gonna keep driving it around a little bit and make sure, but this thing kicks. So, and I feel these two lines, and these lines are hot. Yeah, they're burning. So this thing's flowing like super good. I'm gonna keep driving this thing. All right guys, so I drove around quite a bit. I think it's good. Little test I'm doing in the driveway, it's still running. I turn on, it's gonna be kind of loud. Turn on the blower motor, the pump's off, And it's kind of warm, like the heat. Like it's not too bad. It's going, it's slowly getting colder. The pump's off. Yeah, it's definitely getting colder, If I turn this pump on, I just turned it on. Right about now. Holy crap, it is getting it's literally almost hot. Like I put my hand by the vent. Man, it literally gets hot. Quick. I turn the pump off. It's off right there. And bear with me here for a second. Hold on. It's slowly, I can feel it. It's getting colder already. So that tells you how much the engine doesn't pump the coolant up here. And I've had this thing sitting in the driveway for probably 5 or 10 minutes, so I would think if that was interrupting any kind of flow or messing up anything, it would be overheating by now and the fan would be kicking on up front and whatever else. So I think it's good as far as like the pump and whatnot. I don't know if you can make out. I got a towel around the pump just so it doesn't vibrate against a bunch of stuff, and I still need to make a bracket that goes around the pump and kind of just to hold it in place, but I'll make that when I go back to work Wednesday. Yeah, this thing is sweet. This pump is where it's at for sure. I'm going to probably tomorrow morning, maybe tonight in a couple hours, start this thing up, turn on the pump, and see how fast it gets up to the front when I first start it cold. So I think this will win. The pump was like $68, I think. And all the freaking hose clamps and adapters and angles and stuff I got, maybe $100. So for $100 I will have heat that will sweat me out of this thing. So I think it's worth it. And I think that's it for this video. So until next time.